Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brooks Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of February 17th, 2021. Shipment was late uh, this week due to all the winter storms. Our lunar shipment was actually delayed. We barely got it this morning, and so I went in and helped process all the DC books. So it's a little late today because losing track of time and because of the weirdness of the delivery. So be advised that most likely even diamond shipments may be late and lunar shipments may be late for the next few weeks, or at least week, because of those winter storms. Things can't move when it's stormy like that. So but if you are subscribed at your local shop to the books that you want to get, you should still be okay because they will pull them once they get them. But let's get into the pull list for this week. First up, we have Batman Catwoman number 3. Getting more of the phantasm going on. I'm really curious to see where Tom King takes this story, but I've been enjoying it because it's Tom King. I enjoy everything Tom King. Next up is The Expanse number 3 of 4. I starting to like this more. The art is growing on me, not to the point of liking it, but at least to the point of being enough that I can read it without it kind of turning me off. But love The Expanse. This last season was amazing. Cannot wait to see what they do for the final season, which I'm assuming they're going to finish up what they need to finish up. And yes, that will not cover all of the books, which the 9th book is out later this year. Yes. But yeah, if you haven't watched The Expanse, watch it. It's great. If you haven't read it, you should read it. It's really, really good. Next up, Future State, Catwoman number 2. The first story was interesting, so I'm curious to see where it goes. These 2-issue things have been at least entertaining. Again, I've only not really cared for a couple of them, but for the most part, I think they did a good job with Future State and kind of giving you a kind of theme for a couple of months, so that we can kind of have a palate cleanser before we dive into where the DC universe is going with like Infinite Frontier and all that stuff. So, Next up, we have Future State Immortal Wonder Woman number 2. Again, this follows Wonder Woman, so you'll if you want the other one, the newer one, the younger one, it's just the Future State Wonder Woman book. Next up is the next Batman number 4, Future State next Batman number 4. This finishes off the anthology, or the one that has a couple stories running in it. I'm really curious to see how these stories kind of finish up, especially with Batman and the Magistrate and all that stuff. Next up, we have Future State Nightwing number 2. Nightwing was pretty good. I enjoyed the first one, so I'm curious to see where the second one goes. I haven't read number 2 of Future State Teen Titans, but man, Future State Teen Titans number 1, Nightwing was kind of a dick. So I'm curious, and I mean that in the he's being an a-hole kind of thing. Not that you get it, never mind. But yeah, so we'll see. But after this, you're going to get, I believe, Kyle Higgins. No, Tom Taylor is going to be writing Nightwing. Yeah, Tom Taylor's writing Nightwing. That should be pretty good. I'm actually curious to check that out, even though I'm not a huge Nightwing fan. Next up, we have Future State Shazam number 2. A lot of stuff going on with Billy and Shazam and all that stuff, so we'll see what happens with that character with the Future State stuff. But I've liked it. Next up, we have Future State Superman Worlds of War number 2. This is another one of those books that has a couple stories going in it. But I've enjoyed it. It's been really interesting. The artwork's amazing, but I cannot wait to see what it entails. But yeah. There's the first John. Next up, we have Savage number 1 from Valiant. This was supposed to be out, God knows, I want to say it was supposed to be out in 2019, 2020, who knows. But yeah, so I'm going to check out Savage from Valiant. Next up is another Mark Russell book from Ahoy Comics. This is Second Coming, Only Begotten Son number 2. If you haven't tried Second Coming out, you should. It's collected in trade format, and this is the next story. Next up, we have Chip Zdarsky's Stillwater #6. I've been enjoying this book. The premise is really interesting. A town that's basically is immortal. They cannot die unless you're outside of the bounds of the town, like a certain boundary around the town. So they've been kind of reclusive and not wanting to let outsiders in. And then all of a sudden, an outsider comes in that's actually from the town. And so, yeah. But definitely good, definitely interesting. Can't wait to dive in. Next up, we have Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons, #4 of 4. I get to finish off the Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons mini-series. This is basically kind of what lit like a fire under my butt to give D&D a try. I've been putting it off, not necessarily because I want to, but because I've just been really tired and busy. No, go. Shoot. But I need to get back to it. Hopefully we'll play this Saturday. But yeah. Next up, finally, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin #2 is out. Like I said, finally. It's been months since the #1 came out. But my roommate read it already, and he says it's great. And yeah, it's great. You should be checking it out. #2. Next up, we have, I don't know if this is a one-shot or a mini, I don't know, but it's Truth Justice. Vixen's in it. I'll check it out, see how it is. I have no idea. Like, a lot of times I don't really pay attention. I don't pay attention to the DC Solits anymore, like every month. I'm pretty much only paying attention on Final Order Cutoff for the DC books. So sometimes I don't even know if that had art at Final Order Cutoff, and so I might have kind of just skipped it, but who knows. Next up, we have The Walking Dead Deluxe #9. Pretty intense herd of zombies there. But yeah, I need to sit down and read them, but at this rate, I'm probably going to wait till there's 12 issues, but who knows. But I do need to sit down and read the color versions of The Walking Dead, because I just need to experience it another time. 3. Next up is one from Aftershock, and it's from the Miranda brothers, and that's We Live #5. This book has had a soundtrack that goes along with it, so that's also really cool. If you have not yet checked it out, you should. If you cannot really find it, wait for the trade to come out, but definitely check out the music. It's on YouTube. I believe the channel is just We Live, but I'll put a link in the description below, but it's really good stuff, so check it out. That's it for me. Pull list. I did pick up some variants this week. So first up is the Jim Lee variant for Batman Catwoman #3. Snagged that one up there. I wasn't a huge fan, but I'm a sucker for Tom King books. This is the Travis Charest variant. Not the best, but it's still, gotta get it. Because, I'm a sucker for Tom King books. I liked the variant for the Expanse #3. So I picked that up right there. Bobby in her armor. We got Future State Catwoman #2. Snagged the variant up for that one. Future State Immortal Wonder Woman #2. Snagged the variant up there. Future State The Next Batman #4 sneaks in another Jim Lee cover. If you'll notice, this pose is very similar to another pose that he did for the Bat, but the cape is definitely different, and his mouth is just covered. So, yeah. Next up is Future State Nightwing #2 with amazing Nicola Scott. Extreme close-up cover right there. Future State Shazam 2 had a pretty interesting variant, so I snagged that one up as well. And I just liked this Walking Dead Deluxe #9 variant by Mike Allred. I thought it was really cool, so I picked that one up. I did grab the variant, or the second print for Future State Wonder Woman #1. They're doing those kind of, sketch / design / this is what, kind of it's supposed to look like, deals with the second prints. So I snagged that one up. Did grab a graphic novel this week, and it's something that's finally back in print. It is Scene of the Crime by Ed Brubaker. This collects Scene of the Crime 1 through 4, and material from Vertigo Winter's Edge #2. So yeah, it's cool to see this. I like Ed Brubaker. I have not done a full dive into Criminal yet, but I'm kind of not intimidated by it, but I need to sit down and figure out what the reading order for that thing is. But I have been enjoying Brubaker's stuff for a long time, so I decided I was going to check out Scene of the Crime. So yeah, that's out this week. That's pretty much it. Yeah, don't know really what else I got going. If you want, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I can tell you to hit the notification button, I guess, as well, so you're notified when I post a video finally. Um, you can also listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 488, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but we talk we talk some WandaVision. We talk a bunch about the Zack Snyder Justice League trailer that dropped this past Sunday, and hopefully everybody's ready for March 18th, or at least that weekend, and watching a 4-hour movie, because yippee, it's 4 hours. The trailer looked interesting, so I'm curious to see what Snyder's vision is for the Justice League. But being that I did not like Man of Steel, I did not like BVS. The extended cut of BVS was a little bit better. Just the Justice League, the Whedon Justice League was just, oof. Yeah, so we'll see. But hopefully it's something that's memorable and enjoyable and what we really deserve for a Justice League movie. So there'll be a link in the description below. Check it out. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and for me to get some product. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. So I should be getting the Noctera Kickstarter soon. I know Ryan got his this week, but mine comes with like a lot of different prints and stuff like that. So I haven't had the tracking information drop yet, so I think they're still in the process of packaging it up. So I will hopefully have that soon. I did do an Aster of Pan Kickstarter opening, so go check that out. I actually finished reading Aster of Pan. It was really good. It's it's fun. It's quirky. It's just really, the art's really good on it. It's a great YA book, even though there's like male butts in it. So I guess that's okay for young adult books. Who knows? But yeah, if you get a chance, check out Aster of Pan. What else? You can help me out a little more directly by purchasing anything through any of the Amazon links here or at conspiratorbrock.com, as well as going over to my eBay page, which there's a link in the description below. I know I need to get some more stuff up. I've purged out a couple things, but I need to actually get them listed. So hopefully I'll be getting that stuff up soon. And normally you could follow me on Twitter, and my handle would be @BrockSager, but Twitter is still apparently not wanting to unsuspend my account, and they still haven't given me a solid specific reason why. They just saying you violated this, and I'm like, how did I violate this? And they haven't told me how I violated this. So yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully some human being looks at it, or somebody with at least some common sense looks at it, because I don't know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably do some other social media if that doesn't work out. But yeah, so I am still reading Marie Lu's Sky Hunter right here. I'm getting to the end of it. I have to read this for teen read week for the high school I work at, because that's something we do every year. And so I was asked to read that book, and also to read the Teen Titans Beast Boy young adult straight to graphic novel book. So I'm looking forward to that. It's up here in my reading stuff, or my to read section. There's another to read section over here that you can see. But yeah, so that's it. Don't know what else to say. Again, careful, those shipments might be a little delayed for the next week or two, but books are on their way, and stay safe, and I'll see you next week.